Our seniors and their parents will step forward in line as their name is read tonight. We are going to start this evening with our color guard team members. First up tonight will be Callie Enslinger. Callie is the daughter of Kelly Cochran and Daryl Enslinger. She has been on the Bronco color team for 4 years. Callie will graduate in December and has plans to travel in Europe before attending college in Charleston, where she will major in marine or wildlife biology. Callie Enslinger, Jordan Hayworth. Jordan is also a 4-year member of Color Guard, where she is the featured twirler. In addition to Color Guard, she has been involved in dance, SAD, Lynx, the Hype Squad, orchestra, and is a member of the National Honor Society. After graduation, Jordan is considering Pittsburgh State or Kansas State University to study forensics biology. She hopes to continue twirling with a collegiate marching band. Jordan's parents, Joanne and Vincent Hayworth, are with her tonight. Jordan Hayworth. Congratulations to Callie and Jordan, your senior color guard. Next, we are going to introduce our senior cheer members. First up, Rachel Belcher. Rachel is a 3rd-year member of the Spring Hill High School cheer team and is serving as a team captain this year. She has been involved with SAD for the past several years. After graduation, Rachel plans to attend Pittsburgh State University, where she will major in clinical psychology. Her mother, Angela Belcher, and her brother, Garrett Belcher, are with her tonight. Rachel Belcher. Cameron Clooney. Cameron is a 4-year member of the cheer team, where she is also serving as a cheer captain. She is an honor roll student and has been involved in SAD and Lynx. Cameron plans to attend Kansas State University after graduation and will major in engineering. Her parents, Autumn and Kevin Clooney, are accompanying her tonight. Cameron Clooney. Carlisha Madsen. Carlisha is a 2-year member of the cheer team, a 3-year member of band, and has been involved with SAD for 3 years. After graduation, Carlisha plans to earn a degree in culinary arts with aspirations to one day open her own restaurant. Her parents, Brianna and Brian Madsen, are with her tonight. Carlisha Madsen. Emily Knoll. Emily is a 4-year member of Bronco Cheer and has been involved in SAD for 3 years. After graduation, Emily plans to attend Pittsburgh State University, where she will major in education. Emily is the daughter of Becky and Wayne Knoll. Emily Knoll. Elena Nolan. Elena has been a member of Bronco Cheer for 3 years. She has been involved in the orchestra, PALS, SAD, and the volunteer club. Although currently undecided on a college of choice, Elena plans to dual major in neuroscience and psychology. Her parents, Shelley and Josh Nolan, are with her tonight. Elena Nolan. And we have a set of twins tonight. First up is our cheerleader, Faith Campbell. Faith is a 4-year member of the Spring Hill High School cheer team and is a senior captain. She has been involved in SAD, the volunteer club, and Lynx. Although undecided on her college choice, Faith plans to study digital media or marketing after graduation. Her parents, Hope and Jeremy Campbell, are with her tonight. Faith Campbell. Congratulations to these Spring Hill High School cheer seniors. And now on to our senior members of the Bronco Band. And as you can see, there's a lot of them. Unfortunately, they would have been rocking the marching competition in 2020, but we're doing things differently this year with COVID. We will start with Grace Campbell, the other twin. Grace is a tenor sax player in Bronco Band and is a member of the jazz band as well. She is a Lynx team leader and a member of SAD. After graduation, Grace plans to study psychology and police science at Kansas City, Kansas Community College before transferring to the University of Missouri, Kansas City to double major in psychology and criminal justice. Again, her parents, Hope and Jeremy Campbell, are with her tonight. Grace Campbell. Curtis Aiken. Curtis is a percussion and bassoon player with Bronco Band. He has been involved with Bronco Band for all 4 years and has participated in Scholars Bowl. Although he is undecided on his plans after graduation, he is interested in obtaining a degree in architecture or music. Curtis is the son of Janie Allen. Curtis Allen. Garrett Barlow. Garrett is the son of Amy and Jeff Barlow and plays the trumpet in the Bronco Band. He is an honor roll student and is interested in earning a degree in engineering or in a medical field after graduation. Garrett's long-term goal is to become a pilot. Garrett Barlow. Julia Biggis. Julia is a 4-year member of the Bronco Band where she plays the trombone. She is also a member of the jazz band and the chamber orchestra. She has been involved with the theater crew, PALS, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Although undecided on a college of choice, Julia does plan to attend a 4-year university. Her parents, Ellen and Edward Biggis, are with her tonight. Julia Biggis. Sophia Burnett. Sophia is a 4-year member of Bronco Band, where she plays the horn. She is also a member of the jazz band, has participated in Lynx, Skills USA, is a boys soccer manager, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Although undecided on a college of choice, Sophia plans to study architecture after graduation. Her parents, Jody Sixby and Lance Burnett, are with her tonight. Sophia Burnett. Aaron Burrell. Aaron is the son of Sherry and Mike Burrell. He is a 4-year member of Bronco Band and plays the trumpet. Aaron was a member of the District Band Ensemble and the All-State Band his junior year. He has been involved with PALS and Lynx. Although undecided on a college of choice, Aaron plans to continue his band career at the collegiate level. Aaron Burrell. Alexander Clairhow. Alex is a 4-year member of Bronco Band where he plays the flute, and is a field director. After graduation, Alex plans to attend Johnson County Community College before transferring to a larger university. Alex is the son of Carrie Clairhow and Brian Clairhow, who are with him tonight. Alexander Clairhow. Olivia Henderson. Olivia is the daughter of Anna Sparks and Harley Sparks. She is a 4-year member of the Bronco Marching and Concert Bands and plays the tenor sax. After graduation, Olivia plans to attend Pittsburgh State University to earn dual degrees in counseling psychology and social work. Olivia Henderson. Elizabeth Cakeley. Elizabeth plays the clarinet in Bronco Band and is an honor roll student. She has been involved in Scholars Bowl, Lynx, Thespians, Forensics, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Although undecided on a college, Elizabeth does plan to attend a 4-year university. Her parents, Brian and Joanne Cakeley, are with her tonight. Elizabeth Cakeley. Ashton Keiss. Ashton is the son of Michelle and Brandon Keiss. He is a 4-year member of the marching band where he plays the flute. Ashton is an honor roll student, has participated in Scholars Bowl and debate, and is a member of Student Publications where he has served as a staff writer and photo manager. Although undecided on a college, Ashton would like to earn an engineering degree after graduation. Ashton Keiss. Jordan Kinsey. Jordan is a four-year member of Bronco Band, where he plays the trombone. An honor roll student, Jordan has also been involved in Lynx, FCA, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Although undecided on a college of choice, Jordan plans to study chemical engineering at a four-year university. He is the son of Michelle and Ed Kinsey. Jordan Kinsey. Lily Kuhn. Lily is the daughter of Jennifer and John Kuhn. She is a four-year member of Bronco Band, where she is the drumline section leader. She is an honor roll student, a Stuco representative, participates in Scholars Bowl, Lynx, and is involved in theater. She is the yearbook editor-in-chief and is a member of the National Honor Society. Lily's plans after graduation are undecided, but she would like to pursue a degree in computer engineering. Spring Hill High School would like to congratulate Lily on her recent perfect ACT performance. Way to go, Lily. Lily Kuhn. Michael Marino. Michael is a four-year member of Bronco Band, where he plays the clarinet. After graduation, he would like to attend Kansas University. Michael is the son of Heather and Michael Marino. Michael Marino. Michaela Popovich. Michaela is the daughter of Selena and Brian Huffman and Aaron Easton. Michaela is a four-year member of Bronco Band, where she plays the trumpet and is a field director. She is pursuing several areas of interest for after graduation. Michaela Popovich. Jackson Rainforth. Jackson is the son of Jenny and James Rainforth. He is a four-year member of the Bronco Band, where he is a percussion member. Jackson is an honor roll student, has participated in PALS, Lynx, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Although undecided on a college of choice, Jackson plans to further his soccer career in college and would like to major in architectural engineering. Jackson Rainforth. And next up is my first time ever set of triplets. The Sinclairs are the not just son, of Trisha and Jared Sinclair. First, we're going to honor Katie. Katie is a four-year member of Bronco Band, where she plays percussion and is a member of the drumline. She is an honor roll student, participates in Lynx, Scholars Bowl, and is a member of the National Honor Society. After graduation, Katie plans to earn her education degree with an emphasis in biology. Katie Sinclair. Next is Cale Sinclair. He is also a four-year member of Bronco Band and plays percussion. He is an honor roll student and plans to earn a degree in software engineering. Cale Sinclair. And last but not least is Cameron Sinclair. Cameron is also a four-year member of Bronco Band and in the percussion section. He too is an honor roll student, and although Cameron is undecided on his field of study, he will join his siblings at Mid-American Nazarene University, where all three will attend next fall. Cameron Sinclair. Thank you, Sinclair triplets. Logan Trask. Logan is the son of Tammy Matlock and Joshua Trask. He is a four-year member of Bronco Band and plays the alto sax. Logan has been involved with the theater department and plans to major in history or theater education at Emporia State University. Logan Trask. David Vega. David is the son of Veronica and Ruben Vega. He is a four-year member of Bronco Band and plays the alto sax. After graduation, David would like to attend Kansas State University, where he has an interest in studying architecture. David Vega. Mason Weekly. Mason is the son of Mindy and Kevin Weekly. He is a four-year member of Bronco Band and plays the baritone. Mason has been involved in the choir and madrigals and has been a Lynx leader. He plans to attend Baker University to earn a degree in computer science. Mason Weekly. Morgan Weinbold. Morgan is the daughter of Karina and Bill Weinbold. She is a 4-year member of Bronco Band and plays the horn. She is also a member of the Jazz Band and FFA. After graduation, Morgan plans to earn her bachelor's degree in biology, minoring in animal science. She would then like to attend Kansas State University School of Veterinary Medicine. Morgan Weinbold. Saber Winbold. Saber is the daughter of Angela Shelp and Jason Winbold. She is a 4-year member of Bronco Band and plays the trumpet. After graduation, Saber plans to attend Oklahoma State University and earn a bachelor's degree in zoology with an emphasis in ecology and conservation. Saber Winbold. And our final member tonight is Cadence Woogie. Cadence is the daughter of Darcy Hearn and our very own Bronco Band director, Dan Woogie. She is a 4-year member of Bronco Band and plays percussion. After graduation, Cadence plans to attend Emporia State University, where she will major in nursing with minors in music and photography. Cadence Woogie. Congratulations, everyone, to the senior members of the Spring Hill High School Marching Broncos. Thank you, everyone.
The following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for the Broncos, right here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Good evening for more Spring Hill High School football on Spring Hill Sports Live, along with Caden Carbajo. I'm Bryce Kessler. We welcome you into the broadcast tonight, where the Spring Hill Broncos host the Bonner Springs Braves. Spring Hill coming off of a dominating win over Ottawa last week, 48-0. They shut out the Cyclones, their 5th straight win over Ottawa. A great game all around with all the facets of the team contributing to that victory. The starting offense scored a touchdown on all 7 of their drives before giving way to the reserves in the third quarter, and then those reserves on defense, they helped finish off a shutout as well with a nice stop at the game's final seconds as they won that one 48-0. Meanwhile, Bonner Springs, they are off to an 0-3 start this year. They lost at Atchison 42-24 in their ball game last week. The offense had 4 interceptions in that game. All 4 of them were returned for touchdowns by Atchison, so that's a tough hurdle to overcome, and the Braves were not able to do that, even though it was by far their most balanced offensive game of the season. Those turnovers just too much to overcome. So now 0-3 for the first time since 2010. That was also the last time that the Braves started 0-4. So it's Spring Hill and Bonner Springs coming up on Spring Hill Sports Live. You're watching the Comfort Designs pregame show.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show, brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. We take a look inside the matchup tonight, and this Bonner Springs team that comes to town at 0-3 on the year. They are led by their junior quarterback, who is going to get lots of touches. Another QB run heavy team, and Jace Smith has run it 60 times this year already. The rest of the team combined has 60 rushing attempts. So lots of Jace Smith, the quarterback, running the football. When he does go to the air, Cortland Harvey is a threat. 6'6", senior receiver, leads the team with 175 yards this year. Not only is he a red zone threat at 6'6", but he's a big play guy. And Coach Jason Feeback tells me that that's something that they're concerned with this week, is making sure they limit the big plays, especially to Cortland Harvey. It's not hard to catch him out there, 6'6", so you can spot him pretty easily out there. He'll be number 6 in white tonight for Bonner Springs. Also big and experienced on the right side of the line, Antonio Caballero, a 3-year starter. He's the Frontier League champion at 285 pounds in wrestling, second team All-Frontier League last year, 6'3", 310-pound right tackle. The right guard, 5'11", 300-pound Zane Clark. He's a returning starter. And the center is 6'2", 350-pound sophomore Jaden Flores. So they've got some size and some experience on that right side of the offensive line. We'll see if they lean that way perhaps. Turnovers have been a problem. 8 giveaways in 3 games. 5 of their 6 interceptions they've thrown this year have been returned for touchdowns. And they do have a kicking game. Zach Reno, their kicker last year, honorable mention Frontier League. He has made a 30-yarder this year. He went 44 of 47 on extra points last year. He's 3 of 4 this season. Defensively for the Braves, Brandon Sanders is their leader on that side. Great athlete. He plays the rover position for them, and that means what you think it does. He's all over the field. He was first team All-Frontier League last year as an all-purpose guy on the defensive side of the football. He had an interception in week 2. He's tied for third on the team in tackles early on this season. Good size, 6'1", 190-pound senior. They're big again up front there with Clark, Caballero, and Flores, averaging 320 across their 3-man defensive front. And the one thing they've struggled with so far, one of the things anyway, is getting off the field on third downs. Their opponents converting at 60% right now on third down. So we'll see if Spring Hill can take advantage of that tonight. Some storylines for Spring Hill as we look at the matchup offensively. Draven Pipkin, he's becoming a star before our eyes. 7.1 yards per carry on the year. He's got 5 touchdowns on just 24 carries, only a sophomore, but he has shown bright the last 6 quarters behind what's been probably the best 6 quarters of football from an offensive line for Spring Hill they've seen for some time. They have had a really good stretch right now, that offensive line up front for the Broncos with Denver Gardner, Clay Fleming, Carson Steer, Tanner Thompson, and Aiden Palmer. Zach Knowlton continues to be a thorn on the opponent's side. 3 receiving touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. He's got an interception on defense, and he's had a couple of big punt returns, and he contributes in all facets of the game for him. And Fletcher Pankey, their junior quarterback, starting to settle in now. Last 6 quarters of football for Pankey has been great. 14 of 19 through the air for 244 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks, and he's also added 4 rushing touchdowns in the last 6 quarters. Defensively, Chase Wilm coming off of a great game last week. Couple of sacks, a forced fumble. He's a force to be reckoned with, the senior outside linebacker. We'll see if he can continue his big play here tonight. And turnovers. Last week, they forced a season-high 3. Another chance for a big game tonight in that area. And can their speed win versus the size? Spring Hill a little undersized on their defensive front, but tonight going up against a big offensive line. We'll see which team can win. Will it be the size or the speed that wins that matchup? That's a look at the matchup brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness, your local community gym. Spring Hill Fitness is dedicated to making a friendly, clean, judgment-free environment open 24/7. Check them out on Facebook or call 913-686-2027. More of the Comfort Designs pregame show next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
What if grass wasn't just for mowing? What if all the games weren't on TV? What if you saw the grandkids on more than just holidays? What if you got out of the house more often, maybe for good? Cedar Lake Village Senior Living. Life is how you live, not just where. To learn more, call 888-508-2022.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
HERS Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at HERS, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call HERS at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame shows. We get you set for kickoff tonight between Spring Hill and Bonner Springs. Time for your keys to the game, brought to you by Crown Realty. Let Crown Realty help you get the keys to your dream home. Check out all their listings at crownrealty.com. And if you're in the market to sell your home, remember the key is a great agent. And that's what you'll find at Crown Realty in Spring Hill. Call 913-592-2222. First off, be opportunistic on defense. Bonner's going to put the ball in harm's way. At least they have to this point, so take advantage when those chances come. Keep the chains moving. Third downs have been tough, as we talked about, for the Bonner defense. Spring Hill, they've converted 9 of the last 16 third downs for the last 6 quarters, so keep that success going and avoid the big play on defense. Lots of run from this team, but don't fall asleep when they do go to the air because they're looking for the big play. Those are your keys to the game. We're back for kickoff next. You've been watching the Comfort Designs pregame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Welcome live to Spring Hill District Stadium here tonight, where the Bonner Springs Braves are in town to take on the Spring Hill Broncos. Having some computer issues with a little freezing going on. So, Caden, fingers crossed. We've had some issues already this season, and let's hope we make it through a ball game tonight, because it's starting to make me mad. So we'll see. We'll see if it survives the night. But welcome into the broadcast with us, along with Caden Carbajo. I'm Bryce Kessler, and we're excited for another night of Spring Hill High School football as they host the 0-3 Bonner Springs Braves. Spring Hill at 1-2, coming off their 48-0 win last week over Ottawa. It's time for the opening kickoff, brought to you by the Spring Hill Recreation Commission. The Spring Hill Rec Commission offers a wide range of activities for kids and adults. To see everything they offer, visit them online at springhillrec.org or call 913-592-2214. We'll run down the Perfect Detail Salon starting lineups for you here as the teams take the field, but we are ready for kickoff, so let's do it. Here's the kick from Jackson Rainforth. Spring Hill boots it away with the wind at their back, and it goes through the end zone. Pretty good breeze coming through the stadium here tonight, as that kick you saw by Rainforth went right on through the end zone. You've got about a 12, 15 mile per hour south wind here tonight, which will blow, as you see, across the field right to left as you see it on the screen. 79 degrees here at kickoff, so very pleasant evening with the breeze aside. So here's your starting lineups now, as it's the offense for the Bonner Springs Braves that takes the field first. Jay Smith, their junior quarterback, has 60 rushing attempts this year, but it's actually Bryce Wint, as I say that, who starts at quarterback. You'll see them both. Wint maybe more of the passer early on. Smith has thrown the ball plenty as well, but Wint came in to try to chase against Atchison last week through the air, and he hands off to Jaden Robinson on first down, and Robinson driven into the turf by Brady Larson. The safety for Spring Hill up to make that tackle after a 2-yard run for Robinson. Oh, that's Knowlton. Sorry, I thought it was 12. Larson was 13. Zach Knowlton. So still a safety for Spring Hill, but the other one, that was Zach Knowlton on the tackle. But as Bryce Wint gets the start, he's a sophomore, and Jaden Robinson, their senior tailback, on that first carry. Robinson again here on the carry, and he is brought down to the turf. A nice tackle by Jacob Hooker, and that's a 1-yard run for Robinson to bring up 3rd down and 7. And Robinson's hurt. So 2 plays into this game, and the senior running back for the Bonner Springs Braves is down after that last play. So 2 carries quickly for Robinson, but now the injured Bonner Spring Brave. The receiving core for the Braves, Cortland Harvey, he's their big target, 6'6" senior, has a team high 175 yards receiving this year, and tied for the team lead with 2 touchdowns. J.D. Andruski, a 5'9" junior, leads the team in number of receptions with 8 of them. They've gone for 118 yards and 2 scores as well. Carter Wiley and Alex Amayo, the other 2 targets on the outside. The offensive line, Chandler Harris is the left tackle. He's a senior. Charlie Nolting, the left guard, a sophomore. Jaden Flores, their sophomore center, is 6'2", 350 pounds. Zane Clark, their right guard, a returning starter, 5'11", 300-pound junior. And the right tackle, a 3-year starter and second-team All-League player last year, 6'3", 310-pound junior. Antonio Caballero, who's the 285-pound Frontier League wrestling champion this past year. As you see, Robinson getting some help off of the field. So unfortunately, this game starts less than a minute in with an injury. Hate to see injuries at any point, especially right off the start of the ball game. So how does Bonner Springs regroup now without their starting running back? It means perhaps more work for Amarion Graves and Peyton Parks tonight. Graves, their sophomore backup running back, and that is now who's in the backfield with Bryce Wendt. Parks more of their fullback, and we'll see when he gets onto the field. But we'll face a third down here for the Bonner Springs offense. 3rd down and 7 on their opening possession. Wendt on the rollout, throws to the sideline, and hooks up with Andruski for a first down at the 33-yard line. A 10-yard completion on that 3rd down as they move the chains by going to the air for the first time tonight. Defensively for Spring Hill, as we'll get that in a second, Bonner Springs quick to the line, and a handoff to Amarion Graves. Graves pulling Spring Hill defenders out to about the 38-yard line. I'm marked at 37. So a 3-yard will give them 4 yards on the run for Graves. Kroll on the tackle, and it's 2nd down and 4. Straight quarterback keep this time for Wendt. Popped at the 39-yard line. Kroll and Thompson again in there on a tackle for the Broncos. As we look at the rest of that defense, Andrew Campbell, Brandon Sealing, Colin Rooney, Tanner Thompson, Chase Wilm, Gunnar Kroll, Adam Atwell, Jacob Hooker, Lakin Larson, Knowlton, and Powell. That's the secondary. And here's another 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. Wendt hands off to Graves. Can't get the corner. A flag comes in as Graves is driven down by Knowlton and Larson, the 2 safeties. Combined to make the tackle. Larson a little slow getting up after that stop. And it's a 5-yard face mask against Spring Hill, and they will replay 3rd down. So not quite enough for a first down. But it'll give another chance. Give another chance to Bonner here after they were unable to get that 3rd and 4, but a second life. Converted their last 3rd down on a pass. Likely to go to the ground here on a 3rd down, less than a yard. Handoff Graves. They try to go the same way. This time Graves has enough space to turn the corner and pick up the first down before he's taken out of bounds by Larson, Powell, and Fleming. That takes it to the 47-yard line. A 4-yard run from Graves moves the chains. They came in converting just 29% of their 3rd downs, but they are 2 for 2 to start this one. From their own 47, they keep it on the ground with Amarion Graves. Going to be marked just short of midfield. Denver Gardner was the first to grab a hold of him. 2-yard run by Graves makes it 2nd down and 8. The starting lineups were brought to you by Perfect Details Salon at 516 North Webster in Spring Hill. As this time a snap to Andruski, who is in there as the quarterback. And Andruski popped by Wilm back at the line of scrimmage. Cody Powell was there also. They get to the 49 for a yard. And now Wendt coming back in from the sideline. So we're seeing lots of different guys get the football early in this game for Bonner Springs. Make an appointment at SalonPerfectDetails.com or call 913-592-5022. Wendt on the rollout. Again fires to the sideline, and that's Andruski for the 2nd time on the receiving end of a pass by Bryce Wendt. And again, it's a 3rd down conversion down to the 33-yard line. That's an 18-yard completion that time to Andruski. Quick to the line of scrimmage, taking their time, though, to snap it. And Peyton Parks, the fullback, gets the handoff and wrapped up and driven backwards. Well, not a lot of room there for Parks. Clay Fleming was the one who grabbed him and got some help then to pull him backwards. No gain on the play for Parks. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Opening drive of the game here for Bonner Springs. A little over 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. Went rolls to his right, looking to run all the way. Wilm trying to grab him from behind, slowed him up, and Zach Knowlton takes him to the turf, the 29-yard line for a 4-yard run by Wint. So a 3rd down and 6. 3 for 3 on 3rd down so far. Spread it out. 3 receivers left for Bryce Wynn. He's converted 2 of those 3 3rd downs through the air. This time they keep it on the ground. Peyton Parks bounce outside for a first inside the 20, wrapped up by Cody Powell at the 18-yard line. An 11-yard run by Parks, and it's 1st down and 10 in the red zone. The sophomore Peyton Parks, 61 yards on 16 carries coming in. He picks up a nice 11 yards there to once again give him a 1st down. From the 18, Parks again on the handle. Not a lot that time. Gunnar Kroll has him wrapped up. Tanner Thompson also no gain on that run. 2nd down and 10 of the 18. Nice opening drive for these Bonner Springs Braves. 13-play drive already for Bonner Springs. And they'll throw again, this time over the head of the target, Carter Wiley. Well, Brady Larson on the coverage for Spring Hill brings up a 3rd down and 10. They've already converted a couple of long 3rd downs. 4 3rd down conversions on this opening drive. This will be the 15th play of this opening drive for Bonner Springs. And once again, they face a 3rd and 10. They do have a kicker in Zach Reno, who's hit a field goal already this year. And Drewski in the backfield. Straight run. And not a lot there. He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think it was anything more than that. Tanner Thompson made the first hit on him, it looked like. So 4th down, and here comes Reno. So after a 15-play drive that takes up half of the first quarter's clock, they'll bring out Zach Reno for a 35-yard attempt. Bryce Wint will hold. Reno 1 for 2 this year. He made a 30-yarder week 2 against Shawnee Heights. This one into the wind from 35. And it is blocked, although it never had a chance. That ball came out skipping on the turf. So a empty possession that went 16 plays. But the 16th was a missed field goal by Zach Reno. So Spring Hill's offense will take the field after a stop by the defense. It took them 6 minutes and 18 seconds to get the stop, but a stop is a stop. And here comes the Bronco offense. Fletcher Pankey, the junior quarterback, since halftime of the Paola game, he's 14 of 19 for 244, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and 4 rushing scores as well. Really settling into things as the starting quarterback for the Broncos. And he'll throw on 1st down out to a wide open receiver in the right flat up the sideline, and Carter Mead has a 1st down on 1st down as Mead takes it all the way out to the 34-yard line. A 14-yard connection on 1st down. Pankey will have Draven Pipkin in the backfield with him. He's been a star the last couple of weeks. 171 yards on 24 carries and 5 touchdowns this season. The receiving core is Zach Knowlton, Daniel Mitchell, Cameron Crotchett, and Colin Rooney, along with, as you just saw, Carter Mead. And here's Pipkin, his first touch as the flag is thrown. He takes it out to the 39-yard line for 5 before he's cut down by Smith. But a hold called against Spring Hill will take that run off the board and push the Broncos back 10 yards. Offensive line is Denver Gardner. He's the left tackle, a returning starter. Clay Fleming, the left guard. Carson Steer, the center. Tanner Thompson, a returning starter at right guard. And Aiden Palmer is the right tackle. Defensively for Bonner Springs, big defensive line. Zane Clark and Antonio Caballero on the outside. Jaden Flores, the DT. Peyton Parks, Amarion Graves, the outside backers. Jeremiah Ledbetter is the middle backer. Brandon Sanders is their rover. Malcolm Anthony and Carter Wiley are the safeties, with Robinson and Andruski on the corners. Quick flip out into the right flat. As Zach Knowlton, they're going to find lots of different ways to get the football into Zach's hands. And on a 2nd and 18, he takes it back to the 34, gets the 8 yards back to put him back on the original line to start this set of downs. So 2nd and 10 for Spring Hill. First possession of the game for the Broncos, who had to defend against 16 plays. Well, 15 plays and then a field goal try on the 16th play by Bonner Springs that ended up a miss, and no points out of a long opening drive. I'll try Knowlton on the other side. Breaking tackles out to the 39-yard line. Peyton Parks twists him down just shy of the 40 for 5 more. Manageable 3rd down here. 3rd and a long 4. Bonner Springs, this is where their defense has struggled a bit this year. They're allowing opponents to convert 3rd downs at a 60% clip this year. Spring Hill for the season, 52%. So they've been pretty good offensively. And their first time to try and make that payoff tonight, as they will look to convert a 3rd down and a long 4 yards here on their opening drive of the ball game. Pankey under pressure. Graves has him. He gets away, but he can't get away from the extra pursuit. Sacked back inside the 30 by Brandon Sanders. That's their rover, their first team All-Frontier League multi-purpose defender from last year. And he's going to get credit for that sack. Amarion Graves set it up, but then, or make that Malcolm Anthony, rather, who came on the blitz to set up that sack by Sanders. And the big loss takes it back to the 29-yard line. They lose 11 yards on the sack. So the Broncos forced to punt, and they get a nice rollout on that punt by Keen Niddle. It'll be down at the 27-yard line of Bonner Springs with 3:44 to play in the opening quarter. They'll mark it at the 28, and that is where the Bonner Springs offense will retake the field. Long opening drive for the Braves, 15 plays before they settled on a field goal attempt from 35 yards out by Zach Reno that never got off the ground. So the listed starter coming into tonight was Jace Smith at quarterback. We have not seen him yet. It's been all Bryce Wendt at quarterback with little J.D. Andruski, one of their starting wide receivers, mixed in. He's taken a couple of direct snaps. It's Wendt here on 1st down from the 28-yard line. Peyton Parks on the carry. Short gain by Parks. Tackle made by Jacob Hooker at the 31-yard line, a 3-yard 1st down carry. Jaden Robinson, their starting running back, was injured on the 2nd play from scrimmage tonight, as Parks again is brought down by Hooker. 2 more to the 33, and it brings up 3rd down and 5. So Robinson was helped off the field after the 2nd play of the game. He carried the ball on 1st and 2nd down, and have not seen him since. It's been a mix then of Parks and Graves, with Parks handling most of the work out of that backfield. Pass batted down. Getting a hand up to knock that ball down was Gunnar Kroll. There was a man open out in the flat for Wendt, so Kroll helps to save a potential conversion there, and it brings up 4th down and 5. So far, no changes made. The offense going to stay on the field for Bonner Springs. Well, maybe not. Looks kind of like a modified punt formation, but a bad snap to Parks. He's able to fall to the football back at the 20-yard line, but Gunnar Kroll was right there to force him to just fall on it instead of pick it up and punt it. They lose 13 yards on a bad snap that I think was intended to be punted away by Parks right there. So a turnover on downs and a short field for the Spring Hill offense. And won't officially go down as a turnover for a team in Bonner Springs that is -5 on the turnover margin this year. 8 giveaways to 3 takeaways so far through 3 games. That one won't officially count against that, but it might as well be, as it completely flips the field into the favor of Spring Hill. And the Broncos will look to cash in quickly as they take over at the 20-yard line. Skoma motions across, and Pipkin gets it right up the middle as he bowls his way down inside the 10. Another strong run, which we've become accustomed to seeing out of Draven Pipkin, all the way down to the 8-yard line before Carter Wiley is able to make the tackle 12 yards down the field. Well, the first carry there for Pipkin. Remember, his first touch was called back on a holding penalty, but he makes that one work all the way down to the 8-yard line. From the 8, 1st and goal. Pipkin again. Ridden down to the 5-yard line by Ledbetter. It's a 3-yard run. So a 2nd down and goal now for Spring Hill. 2:16 remains in this opening quarter. Broncos trying to take advantage of a short field after the botched 4th down play by Bonner Springs. Pipkin to the right of Pankey. Knowlton goes in motion. Zach gets it on the jet sweep. Following his right tackle in for the touchdown. That was Denver Gardner, who had pulled their left tackle. He was over on the right side, and Zach Knowlton followed Gardner right into the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown run. 2nd rushing touchdown this year for Knowlton to go along with 3 receiving touchdowns. They're do-it-all gadget guy out of the backfield that time of the jet sweep. And John Mitchell will come on for the extra point. And it's Knowlton who holds for it. Bit of a pop-up, but it pops up and through. So John Mitchell adds the extra point to make it 7-0 Broncos with 1:55 to play in the first quarter on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Welcome back to Spring Hill District Stadium tonight with 1:55 left to play in the first quarter. A 7-0 Spring Hill lead on top of Bonner Springs as the Broncos took care of a short field. 20-yard drive is all they needed to get the game's first points on a 5-yard touchdown run by Zach Knowlton. Rainforth with the wind helping from behind. Kicks this one through the end zone, but there is a penalty flag thrown. And it's offside against Spring Hill. So they will re-tee, move it back 5, and re-kick. Well, Rainforth, especially with this 15-mile-per-hour breeze at his back, he's got plenty of leg to still send this one into the end zone. Both of his kicks so far have gone through the end zone for touchbacks. So Rainforth this time takes it to the goal line where it's fumbled momentarily, but Andruski able to pick it up, and he's cut down inside the 15 by Carter Mead. He had a heck of a game last week on special teams. And Carter makes another nice open field tackle right there as he trips up Andruski at the 15-yard line. A minute 49 left to play in this first quarter. And Bonner Springs will set up at their own 15-yard line. They have had the ball more in this game. The Braves have run 19 plays to Spring Hill's 7 so far. But the Broncos have the points on the board. They were able to take advantage of a short field. Bryce Wint brings the offense back out for Bonner Springs, and we're getting a little different look tonight from Bonner Springs than we thought we might because of the fact that Jay Smith is not in there at quarterback. And this is Wint. They have run him a couple of times. Don't get much out of that one, as Adam Atwell makes the tackle after a yard gain. But Wint, so far in the year, he's carried 12 times. Smith came into this game listed as their starter, who had 60 rushing attempts as their quarterback, which matched the total rushing attempts of the rest of the team. And Peyton Parks hit in the backfield. Stopped in his tracks by Colin Rooney, who came off the right defensive end spot to make that tackle in the backfield. A loss of a yard. So now a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 11 for Bonner. They are 4 out of 6 so far on 3rd down, so they've been good, but this will be the longest one they've faced. Spring Hill showing pressure. They bring that pressure. Went in trouble. Throws it to the sideline for Harvey, and it's out of bounds. Jacob Hooker, Gunnar Kroll, they both came on the blitz, and they got the pressure. Colin Rooney got free as well, and Wint really had no chance. He was forced to just throw a Hail Mary basically to the sideline and just hope for his 6'6" target, Cortland Harvey, but didn't give him a chance as he threw it out of bounds. And a quick 3 and out for Bonner Springs. So Peyton Parks will line up to punt this one away. They had trouble on the snap last time, though. This time a better snap, nearly got to it. They may have partially blocked that ball. It's bouncing around the 21-yard line. So Colin Rooney, it looked like he may have gotten a piece of that one. It comes to a rest at the 20, so once again it's going to be a very short field for the Spring Hill offense. Coach told me he thought they could get a block punt this week, and I couldn't tell whether Rooney got a piece of that one or just forced enough pressure on Parks that it made him hit a bad one, but either way, it might as well have been blocked if it wasn't, because it sets up a very short field again. The offense for Spring Hill only had to go 20 yards for their last touchdown. That's all they need again here, and it's Pipkin. No, it'll be Pankey who pulls it after the fake to Pipkin, and Fletcher Pankey runs it down to the 14-yard line. Nice 6 yards on 1st down. Andruski making the tackle for Bonner Springs. But a 6-yard run there for the Spring Hill quarterback, Fletcher Pankey, who has 4 rushing touchdowns this year, carried for 95 yards on 23 attempts, so certainly a threat with his legs. Solid 1st down run makes it 2nd down and 4. Pankey out of the pistol. He's got Pipkin behind him. It's Pipkin on the carry. Nice patient attack. Gets around the corner. Has got a 1st down, and he's inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Andruski again on the tackle, but it's another 7-yard run for Spring Hill as they have ripped off 6, then 7. And they have quickly taken it down inside the 10-yard line for a 1st and goal at the 7. Into the 1st quarter, Spring Hill on top 7-0 and threatening for more when we come back on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
First down and goal for Spring Hill as we start the 2nd quarter. 7 yards away from adding to their 7-0 lead. Pipkin and Spagoma both in the backfield. A little bit of trouble on that handoff, but Pipkin able to secure it, takes it down near the 4. Penalty flag thrown by the far side line judge, and he's pointing against Spring Hill. So an illegal formation. That'll cost Spring Hill 5. And it'll make it first down and goal now from the 12-yard line. 11:54 left to play here in quarter number 2. Snap to Pankey, hand off to Pipkin. No, again, he pulled it. Good decision as well because Pipkin got hit in the backfield. Pankey all the way down to the 1. Good decision there by Fletcher Pankey. He was eventually ripped down to the end by Riley Jackson. But Pankey runs it all the way to the 2-yard line, picking up 10 yards as he made the wise decision there to take it out of the gut of Draven Pipkin, who is met by a couple of white jerseys in the backfield. Big 10-yard run makes up for that penalty yardage and then some. And it gives the Broncos a second and goal at the 2-yard line. Skoma goes in motion, stops behind right guard. They run right there with Pipkin as he tries to reach for that goal line. It'll come up a yard short. Caballero and Graves making the tackle. 3rd down and goal to the 1. Pipkin's been a dynamo in these short yardage situations this year. Strong runner for the 6', 200-pound sophomore. He's behind Pankey, who's in the pistol on this 3rd down play. From the 1, 3rd and goal. Pankey keeps it, and he's in untouched on another nice fake to Draven Pipkin. So Pankey running that read option to perfection on that drive. He's got his 5th rushing score of the year. And it's 13-0 Spring Hill. John Mitchell on for the extra point. 7 out of 10 this year on his point afters. And before he has a chance to kick this one, somebody lined up in the neutral zone. Which side? And it's on the defense. So that'll take it down to about the 1.5-yard line. And let's see, will the decision change at all for Spring Hill? Does not look like it. They're going to keep their field goal team on the field. So they'll just make the extra point about a yard shorter for Mitchell. Knowlton gets the high snap down, and Mitchell fits it through with 10-12 left in the half. 14-0. Spring Hill leads Bonner Springs here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Pankey Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pankey Plumbing. At Pankey Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit PankeyPlumbing.com. Go Broncos!
.10-12 to play first half. Spring Hill leading Bonner Springs 14-0. After the latest score, a 1-yard touchdown run by Fletcher Pankey, and again set up by a very short field. A botched snap on a punt set up a 20-yard field for a first touchdown for Spring Hill. And then a what looked to be a blocked punt by Colin Rooney set up another very short field, a 20-yard touchdown drive for Spring Hill. The Broncos now lead by 2 touchdowns with just about 2 minutes gone in this second quarter. This is Cortland Hervey on the return. A patient return as Hervey just kind of biding his time as he works it out near the 30 before he's stopped by Gunnar Kroll. Haven't seen Harvey involved yet in the offense. He's their top threat in their receiving core. And they've thrown to him just the one time, and it was a bailout throw with a ton of pressure on Bryce Wint that was thrown out of bounds and never gave him a chance. 29-yard line is where Bonner Springs will start this drive. They went on a 15-play drive to open the ball game, but ended up with a missed field goal attempt from 35 yards. And the next 2 times they've possessed the football, they've been shut down quickly by this Spring Hill defense. Wint hands off to Peyton Parks on first down. Little room for Parks as he takes it across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Gunnar Kroll along with Brandon Sealing on the tackle for the Broncos. It's a 3-yard first down run by Parks. Make it 2 yards, so it's second down and 8. Parks again on the handoff, and maybe another yard or 2. Colin Rooney, along with Chase Wilm on the tackle. 1 more yard there, makes it 3rd down and 7. Pressure to the backfield, spun away from Rooney, but then he is brought down. Ball came out late, but they're going to rule him down as Jacob Hooker came in there to finish off the play along with Tanner Thompson after Rooney had him spun around to the backfield. They lose 3 yards on that play. And a 4th down and 10, so it looks like another punting situation. This time they bring Mason Sprague in. So the first time we see number 99, their junior kicker, on the field to punt here on a 4th and 10 with 8:30 left in the first half. Broncos trying to set up a return this time. Knowlton fields it at the 30, and he's got a chance to do some damage. Knowlton is back across midfield at the 40, and he is brought down there. Nice return before the tackle made by Jay Smith on the far side. 8:15 left in the first half, and Spring Hill will start this possession at the 39 of Bonner Springs. So another short field here for Spring Hill's offense. They have capitalized on the last 2 back-to-back touchdown drives by the Broncos, and a chance for another one here. Pankey on first down. Quick out to Knowlton. One-handed bobbling catch by Zach Knowlton. And he's down to the 30-yard line. Carter Wiley and Malcolm Anthony team up on the stop. A 9-yard completion as he tapped that one to himself with one hand to haul it in. 3rd catch for Knowlton. He's had multiple catches now in every game this year. In 12 of his last 14 games going back through last year. A return man, their holder on their kicking team. We've seen him take a handoff, which he took for a touchdown, and 3 receptions. Again to the air. Nice throw, again connecting. As Knowlton has another first down, taken out of bounds at the 19-yard line. 11 more yards to Knowlton. And the location on that ball by Fletcher Pankey, threw it outside shoulder of Knowlton, which he was cutting in a little bit on that comeback. The defender tracking back in and threw it to the outside shoulder, which got Knowlton's momentum turned back towards the sideline away from the defender. That was some really good ball placement on that throw by Pankey. to help his receiver get some yards after the catch. And it's got the Broncos back inside the red zone where they have scored a pair of touchdowns on 2 trips. Pankey pulls it from Pipkin. Wants a block on the corner, inside the 10, down the sideline and in. 19-yard touchdown run, and a nifty one of that for Fletcher Pankey. Second rushing touchdown of the ball game and his 6th of the year. Three straight scoring drives by Spring Hill. All 3 have started in Braves territory. John Mitchell on again for the extra point. And Mitchell adds another one. He's 3 for 3, and it's 21-0 Broncos with 7:18 left in the first half on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
$21-0 Spring Hill on top of Bonner Springs with 7:18 left to play in our first half. Game that opened up on a long drive by Bonner Springs, but it ended after 15 plays, and on the 16th, a missed field goal. And it's been all Broncos since. Their defense has settled in and really stifled this Bonner Springs offense, and the Spring Hill offense with 3 consecutive touchdown drives. The ball came out on that return by Harvey. And they're going to say Bonner Springs football still. So they did rule it a fumble, but it was recovered by Bonner. Brandon Sanders able to recover that fumble. Carter Mead again with a defensive or a special teams tackle there for Spring Hill. 30-yard line is the starting field position for Bonner Springs this time. And they open the game by converting their first 4 third downs and move the ball all the way down inside the red zone. But failed to score once down there, and since then they have failed now on their last 4 third downs. Went takes the quarterback, rolls to his right, throws a jump ball for Harvey, and it's underthrown and intercepted. That pass was well underthrown, and Cody Powell has it coming back the other way, and he's got a chance to take it all the way. Cody Powell is back for 6. That is the 6th time this year that Bonner Springs has had an interception returned for a touchdown against them. Last week they threw 4 picks. All 4 were taken back for scores. Oh, there was a penalty, though, on the play. Oh, man, I didn't see the flag. Didn't see the flag, so, well, it's still going to be an interception. So the good news is for Spring Hill, they get the pick. The bad news is they don't get the 6. So no pick 6 for Powell, but the interception stands, and a block in the back on the return will make Spring Hill's offense come back out of the field and try to earn it by going 41 yards instead. The interception by Cody Powell is first of the season. And Spring Hill's offense has scored the last 3 times they've had it. All 3 of those drives have started in Bonner Springs territory. This one will start inside Braves territory as well. And Draven Pipkin takes it much deeper into Braves territory, down to the 27-yard line before he's finally stopped by Malcolm Anthony. So a 14-yard run on first down for Pipkin. He's only carried 5 times tonight, but in Draven Pipkin's style, he's averaging over 7 yards per carry. On the year, he's averaging 7.1 coming into tonight, and he's at a healthy 7.4 yard per carry average in this one. So he continues to rip off big runs. And a 14-yarder there, has it at the 27 of Bonner Springs. First down and 10, Spring Hill. Pipkin again. This time a little less room to roam. Brandon Sanders making the tackle around the 22-yard line, but still 5 yards on that carry for Pipkin. So it brings up second down and 5 with 6 minutes left to play in this first half. Spring Hill trying to make it 4 consecutive scoring drives and really put Bonner Springs in a hole, already leading 21-0. Skoma has come in. He's the up back here in front of Pipkin behind that right tackle. And they run opposite way. Pipkin got a nice kick out block by Skoma down to the 15-yard line. Amarion Graves on the tackle, but a 7-yard run by Draven, and it's another first down for Spring Hill. So at the 14-yard line, Spring Hill will continue their march towards the goal line for a 4th straight time. Skoma remains in. He's that lead back. Pipkin flanks Pankey to his left. Keep it on the ground with Raven. Pipkin turns it upfield and in for another touchdown. 6th of the year for Draven Pipkin. And again, great work by that offensive line as they let Pipkin go in untouched. John Mitchell's extra point is good, and it's 28-0 Spring Hill as the Broncos are pouring it on here in this second quarter. You're watching Spring Hill High School football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
After a 4th straight scoring drive by Spring Hill, the Broncos have taken a 28-0 lead over Bonner Springs with 4:54 to play in the first half. Jackson Rainforth now kicking into the wind again. Last couple of times this direction it's been returnable. But it hasn't mattered as Spring Hill's kick coverage team has been really good the last couple of weeks. Andruski and Harvey are the deep guys. And this will be Andruski from the 5-yard line. Up the right hash, runs into traffic, and he is dropped at the 24-yard line. Adam Atwell on that tackle. 4:46 remains in the first half. All Broncos tonight as Spring Hill leads this one 28-0. They've outgained Bonner Springs 133-50, and that number doesn't sound all that advantageous for Spring Hill, but all 4 of their touchdown drives have started in Bonner Springs territory, so they have not really had to go very far. So the yardage total doesn't necessarily match the points total so far for Spring Hill. And Bonner Springs, despite a 0, they went all the way down the field the first time they had it. This is Graves. And Graves is able to take it across the 25 for a couple of yards before he was cut down by Knowlton. I'll give him 2 to the 26. Last possession ended on an interception. Cody Powell came up with the interception for the Bronco defense. Nowhere to go on that carry for Graves. Colin Rooney made sure he was shut down right away, and it brings up another 3rd down and long. Just 4 out of 8 in the game, or 0 for 4 in their last 4. They started 4 out of 4. They've failed in their last 4. And it looks like Andruski will take the direct snap this time. We've seen him as their quarterback, if you will, on a couple of snaps. But before they have a chance to do that, they will take a timeout with 3:38 remaining in this first half. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 here. And as I mentioned, they failed in the last 4. And ever since that opening drive, they have had nothing go their way on offense. The Spring Hill defense, I don't want to say it took them 14 plays to wake up in this game, because it wasn't like they were giving up big plays on that opening drive, but Bonner was executing, and give them some credit. They converted a couple of 3rd down and longs, a couple of 3rd and 10s, a 3rd and 7 they converted on that opening drive, and they looked pretty smooth moving the football down the field. But that was the only drive they have had any success, as Spring Hill was able to buckle down, make the stop down in the red zone, which is something they've done a couple of times this year. It was their 3rd red zone stop this season. And that kind of charged up this defense, as they have surrendered nothing since. Out of the timeout, 3rd down and 8. They need to get it to the 34 for a 1st down. Andruski, keeper all the way around the outside. He stood up at the 30 and can't get free. So he is well short of the 1st down. Cody Powell came flying in from the secondary to stand him up. Andruski, he can make a guy miss, a shifty runner, but that time Powell able to square him up in the open field. And they got 5 on that carry, which makes the 4th down more manageable, but this deep in their own territory, they're going to bring Sprague out to punt again. They've had some trouble on this punt team so far. This snap bounces back to Sprague, but he's able to field it off one hop and gets away a nice kick that takes a huge Bonner Springs bounce and roll all the way down inside the 10 to around the 7 or 8 yard line is where this one's finally down at the 8 is where they mark it with 2:44 left in the first half. So all 4 touchdown drives for Spring Hill have started in Bonner Springs territory. This one's starting about as far away from Bonner Springs territory as it could, back at their own 8 yard line. We'll see if they've got it in them to move the ball the length of the field. Nothing would suggest they don't so far, as they have been pretty efficient offensively so far. The Broncos, on their 19 plays of offense that they've run, they're averaging 7 yards per play. They were stopped on their opening drive of the game and forced to punt, but since then it's been whatever they want offensively. From the 8, Pipkin on the handoff. He is submarined at the 10-yard line. Aiden Wilson making the tackle at the 11-yard line. That's about a 3-yard run. The Broncos with a 4-touchdown lead. A little over 2 minutes left in the half. Certainly aren't in a position where they have to go down and score here. So first and foremost, take care of the football and try, if you can, to run out the rest of this clock. Don't want to have to punt from this deep in the territory, because that would give a short field potentially to Bonner Springs. And the Braves, I think, sensing that Spring Hill taking their time. Takes a timeout, although there was only 5 seconds left on the play clock by the time they did it. So maybe they just didn't like how they matched up because you weren't saving a whole lot of time there by the time they did use the timeout. That's the second charge timeout to Bonner Springs. Leaves the Braves with 1. Spring Hill does have all 3 of their timeouts. And 2 minutes and 2 seconds to work with. But as I was saying, you don't feel any need to have to go score. Sure, you'd love to, but first and foremost, get out of this half with your 4 touchdown lead at a minimum. And the Broncos will get the football to start the second half as well. So they're in a position where even if this doesn't go down and score, you can look at it as almost just an extension of the drive to start the second half then. But we'll see if they can at least pick up this first down. That will be the key, because then really it's all in your hands as far as what you want to do, because you've got the ability then to bleed the clock if you so wish, or keep moving it however it works out. They'll quickly flip it out in the flat. Knowlton's got all kinds of room, and he might have been grabbed with a face mask. I haven't seen a flag. Knowlton was twisted out at the 29-yard line for 18 yards, and it must have been a clean tackle. It looked by the way he was spun around by Harvey, but they'll still take the 18-yard run. No doubt about that. And it takes it out to the 29-yard line with a minute 54. And now you got yourself, thanks to that big run, a little breathing room. You don't have your goal line breathing down the back of your neck. So see if they go a little more aggressive now. Pankey quickly out to the left flat this time for Knowlton. Same play, different side of the field, same result. Knowlton across the 45 to around the 46 for another 17 yards for Spring Hill. And it's 6 grabs now tonight for Zach Knowlton. They've gone for 68 yards. He's got a touchdown run as well. He's lined up in the slot left side on a 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. A minute 35 left to the half. Pipkin, good time to throw, and a diving catch made into Bonner Springs territory by Carter Mead. Mead caught a pass last week for 26 yards. That one goes for 7, but a nice diving grab and a timeout taken by Spring Hill. Second catch tonight for Carter Mead. And the Broncos are still left with 2 timeouts in a minute and 28 seconds. You can pretty much take field goal out of the equation here for Spring Hill as they're going into the win, which does seem to have died down a little bit. Just looking at the goalposts, the flags at the top of the goalposts aren't nearly moving as much as they were to start this ball game. But you are moving into what breeze there is. And, of course, last year with Bear Gardner, their senior kicker and all-league kicker, you could kick it from about anywhere across midfield, it felt like. Not necessarily the case this year. Mitchell has been rock solid lately on the extra points. He's 4 for 4 tonight and 6 of 13 on the year on his extra points. Or not 6, 10 of 13, but he has not attempted a field goal yet. Pankey forced to run here, and he runs well. Sanders rides him out at the 33-yard line, but that's a 14-yard scramble by Pankey, who's got 2 touchdown runs in this game. And Spring Hill with a minute 21 to go and still 2 timeouts. They've got everything right in front of them here to put that double possession on you. They will get the ball to start the second half, so this is a chance to lay a crippling blow to Bonner Springs, already up 4 touchdowns. So the Braves in a predicament as it is, but they are going to be in a world of hurt if they give up more points here, knowing they're going to have to come back out and give the ball right back to Spring Hill in the second half. Pankey on a roll to the left. Sliding grab made by Mead, but a flag was thrown. And it's a hold on Spring Hill. 4th penalty tonight against the Broncos. 2nd time they've been called for a hold. That'll wipe out the catch by Mead and bring it back to the 43-yard line. Actually, more than that, they're going to mark it all the way back to the 46-yard line. So they lose 13 yards on that hold that happened behind the line of scrimmage. So first down and 23 at the 46-yard line. 1:10 left. Pankey again forced to run, but he shows a burst into the secondary of Bonner Springs and out of bounds with a first down at the 23-yard line. Oh, well, they're going to mark it at the 24. They actually marked him a yard short. So I think he got robbed a little bit on the spot. It's a 22-yard run that brings up second down and 1 with 1:02 left and still 2 timeouts. Halftime, Bonner Springs defense came bursting through, but Draven Pipkin still able to spin his way down to the 19-yard line for 5 yards, and Spring Hill will take another timeout with 55 seconds left. So that leaves the Broncos with still one more, 55 seconds to work with, and they're at the 19-yard line. Coming up in a minute of game time will be the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Halftime Show. We'll run through the first half numbers for you. Take a look back at the White Cell Optometry Eye on the game. Get you set for a second half. It will see Spring Hill get the football to start that second half. The question will be, are they going to be up 4 or 5 touchdowns? At least that's what it feels like right now. Currently up 28-0. And this drive started all the way back at their own 8-yard line. A couple of big plays to Zach Knowlton. Back-to-back snaps went for 17 and 18. And then Fletcher Pankey with his legs has ripped off 36 yards on this possession on 2 carries. So they have moved it all the way down to the 19 of Bonner Springs with just under a minute left in the half. Pankey's pass over the middle is broken up. Trying to go on that deep in route to Mitchell, but defended well by Malcolm Anthony. All right. Check that. Keltner on the coverage that time for Bonner Springs. That's the first incomplete pass of the night for Pankey. He has started 8 out of 8 for 89 yards in this one. Still plenty of time with 50 seconds left in the half. 1 timeout. Second down and 10 at the 19-yard line. Quick throw out to Knowlton on the right flat. Zach Knowlton down to inside the 10. Carter Wiley on the tackle. Clock will stop momentarily as it is a first down. So they got just enough to move the chains. And that allows Spring Hill to get to the line of scrimmage and line up. Clock now running at 33 and counting. Spring Hill does have a timeout left. First down and goal at the 9. A late sub running off the field by Bonner Springs. Got off in time, and now Pankey on a quarterback draw down to the 6-yard line. Might have to use that last timeout here, and they will, with 21 seconds left in the half. So the Broncos use their final timeout of the half. Still with 21 seconds to work with. Obviously, they're within range to where every play they run could be thrown into the end zone. You have time to still run the football with 21 seconds. But if you opt to run the ball, then you're probably going to leave yourself with maybe one more. Perhaps if you get up the line and get it's a quick hitter on the run, you can maybe sneak 2 more in after that. But if Bonner's doing their part, they're going to be slow to unpile and let that clock keep running. So my guess is Jason Feeback and the guys will have him go to the air. Nick Madeline, the offensive coordinator, we'll see what he dials up here on second and goal at the 6. Pankey has been efficient, 9 of 10 through the air for 99 yards. Knowlton's been his favorite target. He's caught 7 of those passes. Pankey on the rollout. Got away from a man under pressure still, and he is brought down back near the 10-yard line. So the clock will continue to run, but the clock never started. The clock just now started, so Spring Hill actually catches a bit of a break. Clock still stopped now at 18 seconds for some reason. And they spike it now with 16. So Bonner might have an argument here because all of that, the play, the lineup, the spike, all of that took just 5 seconds according to the clock. But now with 16 seconds after the spike, it's 4th down. So they bring out John Mitchell for a field goal attempt from the 16-yard line. So this is a 26-yard attempt by Mitchell. From the left hash, Knowlton puts it down. Mitchell's kick is short. It's caught at the goal line and a chance to return it, but not going to be able to as the return guy is taken out of bounds. Jacob Jones unable to catch Spring Hill sleeping there. So with, again, the clock didn't run at all. So it still shows 16 seconds. So I'm not sure what's going on with the clock, but there was an issue on that second down play. And the Broncos ran a play on second down, which had the quarterback running out of the backfield, got sacked, had to line back up, got lined up, spiked the ball, and all of that took only 5 seconds off of the clock. And then they kicked the field goal in no time right off the clock. And now the officials are kind of looking up to the press box. So I'm not sure what's all happening with that clock, but it, in my opinion, probably should be, the half should be about over by now, because that play with them lining up, all that, I'd like to go back and put a stopwatch on it myself on a replay, but the officials are discussing it. When Spring Hill took a timeout on 2nd and goal at the 6, there was 21 seconds left in the half. And we've had 3 snaps since then. And 5 seconds total elapsed. Officials talking it over here. 28-0 Spring Hill leads. So let's see what they decide here. And they're going to move the clock down to 10 seconds. So Bonner Springs, 1st and 10 of the 15. They will just take a knee. So Bonner Springs sends us to the locker rooms on that kneel down, and it is 28-0. Spring Hill on top of Bonner Springs at the half. Coming up next, the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Halftime Show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
Welcome to the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Halftime Show on Spring Hill Sports Live. It is 28-0 here at the half. The Spring Hill Broncos on top of the Bonner Springs Braves. Broncos looking for back-to-back wins to get back to 500. And Bonner Springs 0-3 for the first time since 2010. That was the last time they started 0-4 as well, and they were in a 4-touchdown hole tonight, facing a potential 0-4 start here in 2020. And it will be Spring Hill that gets the football to start the second half as well. A dominant first half of the Broncos. Opening drive, Bonner Springs had it for 15 plays, and they took the ball right down the field into the red zone and ended up settling for a missed field goal. Since that opening drive, Bonner Springs has run 15 plays. So they had 15 on the drive to start, 15 since. Spring Hill, their 30 plays. They've run the exact same amount of plays, but they have nearly quadrupled the amount of yardage that Bonner Springs has put up, and they have quadrupled the number of touchdowns, 0-4. Spring Hill up 28-0 in this ball game at the half. The scores came in a hurry in the second quarter. There was just the one score in the first quarter, and that was Zach Knowlton on a 5-yard touchdown run. Made it 7-0, and then into the second quarter, that's when Spring Hill really started to pile it on. Fletcher Pankey had a 1-yard run at the 10-12 mark. 3 minutes later, he added a 19-yard run, and then a little over 2 minutes after that, Draven Pipkin added a 7-yard touchdown run, and in a hurry, in a matter of about 5 minutes and 17 seconds of game time, it went from 7-0 to 28-0, and that is our halftime score, as well as your white cell optometry eye on the game. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with White Cell Optometry and Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020, and be sure to ask about the 2020 rule. 28-0. Spring Hill leads Bonner Springs at the half. You're watching the Michael Grant Agency Farm Bureau Financial Services Halftime Show. We'll get you all the first half numbers when we come back here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
What if grass wasn't just for mowing? What if all the games weren't on TV? What if you saw the grandkids on more than just holidays? What if you got out of the house more often, maybe for good? Cedar Lake Village Senior Living. Life is how you live, not just where. To learn more, call 888-508-2022.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Welcome back to the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. 28-0, Spring Hill on top of Bonner Springs. Halftime show brought to you by Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. All Broncos in the first half as they outgained Bonner Springs 229-55. So really putting it on the Braves there in that first half, yardage total-wise, even though both teams ran the same amount of plays. 30 plays by each offense, but Bonner averaging 1.8 yards per play, Spring Hill averaging 7.6 yards per play. Of the 229 for the Broncos, 130 came on the ground, 99 through the air, so a very balanced first half. Bonner Springs with 27 yards rushing and 28 yards passing. Individual numbers, Bonner Springs through the air, Bryce Went 2 out of 6, 28 yards and 1 interception. His receivers, J.D. Andruski has both the catches. They went for the 28 yards on the 2 completions from Went. On the ground, leading rusher in the first half for Bonner Springs was Omarion Graves, who carried 5 times for 12 yards. Peyton Parks, 9 carries for 5 yards. Bryce Went, 5 carries for 1 yard. And J.D. Andruski, 3 carries for 6 yards. Jaden Robinson, who is their starting running back, 2 carries, 3 yards, and then he was out of the game. He carried the first 2 plays from scrimmage for Bonner Springs, but was hurt on the second play, and he has not come back into the ball game since. So a tough offensive first half for Bonner Springs that showed some promise on a nice opening drive that went all the way down the field into the red zone on 15 plays before stalling out and ending up with a missed field goal. And they have not moved the ball at all since, as Spring Hill's really shut them down after that opening drive. For the Broncos, Fletcher Pankey, very efficient first half. 9 out of 10 through the air for 99 yards. No touchdowns, no picks, but he continues his impressive play going back to the halftime of the Paola game. So since the start of that second half against Paola, through last week's game against Ottawa, and now the first half tonight, Pankey has gone 23 for 29 for 343 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and 6 rushing touchdowns, as he was again a threat on the ground in the first half of this one. 9 carries, 61 yards, and 2 touchdowns, his 5th and 6th rushing scores of the year. Draven Pipkin, another very strong half for him, carried 10 times, 64 yards, and his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And Zach Knowlton carried 1 time and went for 5 yards, but that also went for a score. It was his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And through the air, Knowlton was busy. Caught 7 passes for 78 yards in that first half. Carter Meade had the other 2 catches for a total of 21 yards. But those 7 first-half grabs for Knowlton brings him 1 shy of his career high, which he had last year against Baldwin when he went off for 8 grabs, 113 yards, and 2 scores. He's on his way to surpassing at least the reception number and possibly the yardage number as well, as they were very busy to Knowlton through the air. A lot of quick stuff, and Knowlton taking 7 grabs for 78 yards as Spring Hill leads it 28-0 here at the half. More of the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show comes your way next. A 4-touchdown halftime lead for the Spring Hill Broncos on top of the Bonner Springs Braves.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Bobcat Mower Dealer. Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat Mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. All Broncos through one half tonight, 28-0. Spring Hill on top of Bonner Springs. Spring Hill looking for back-to-back victories after their 0-2 start. A couple of one-possession losses, 8-point loss at Lewisburg, a 3-point loss in what was a furious comeback attempt against number 2 Paola in week 2, but they ended up losing that one 41-38 to put the Broncos in an 0-2 hole to start this game. But they got right last week, a 48-0 win over Ottawa, and they have now shut out Bonner Springs through a half of football. So they have played their last 6 quarters of shutout football. In their last 8 quarters, going back to the second half against Paola, they've only given up 7 points in those 8 quarters, and they have really looked good in the last 2 full games, if you will, 8 quarters. The second half of Paola through all of last week and through 2 quarters tonight. They've got a big test again next week. They'll go back on the road to take on DeSoto. Then they get Tonganoxie and Piper in their next 2 games at home after that. So that's a tough 3-game stretch. All 3 of those opponents are 2-1 on the year. And then they finish the season against Eudora, or the scheduled season, before they'll play their Week 9 first-round playoff game at a to-be-determined location and opponent. But they've got a tough little stretch coming up the next 3 weeks, so they'd love to continue the good work they've had so far through 2 quarters tonight and keep the positive vibes rolling into that matchup next week on the road against DeSoto. But it's been all good so far tonight. All 3 facets of the game, again, have been excellent, just like we saw last week against Ottawa when they won that one 48-0, trying to pitch their second straight shutout as they lead this one tonight 28-0 at the half over the Bonner Springs Braves. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll kick off the second half. Spring Hill will get the football as they look to add to their 28-0 lead. You've been watching the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Second half starts next.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos!
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome back in live to Spring Hill District Stadium tonight as we head to the second half. Spring Hill and Bonner Springs, all Broncos through one half of football, 28-0. Spring Hill with the lead. Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce wants to remind you to support our community and shop local. Keep up to date with all the chamber events by visiting them online at springhillks.org. We go to the second half, a 28-0 Spring Hill lead. Broncos last week had a 42-0 lead at halftime. The offense came out for one possession, went down, scored a touchdown, and that was all she wrote for the starting unit last week. And then the reserves came in and didn't score anymore. Of course, it was a running clock at that point as well. So the second half, it breezes by when you get a running clock situation. But the second team defense out there preserved what ended up being a shutout victory for Spring Hill. So we're not to that point yet, 28-0. It's now time to start putting in the second team at this point in time. And I imagine that even an opening drive score won't necessarily bring the second unit in at 35-0 quite yet. But the Broncos would sure love to have a repeat from how that game ended last week and see a goose egg up there on that scoreboard for their opponent again and go into next week's matchup with DeSoto riding back-to-back shutouts. They're halfway to it tonight. We'll see if Daniel Mitchell or Zach Knowlton, the two return guys for Spring Hill, can get things rolling in this second half with a nice return. They did last week. Daniel Mitchell had a huge kick return last week that helped set up a scoring drive. Zach Knowlton had a couple of big punt returns last week that set up scoring drives. He had another nice punt return tonight, a big punt return that set up one of the 4 touchdown drives in the first half for Spring Hill. Zaccarino will tee it up and kick it away for Bonner Springs. So this is the first chance to see the kick return unit for Spring Hill tonight. They've been a solid unit so far. Let's see if they can do it again here. Zaccarino to kick it away. And the second half is underway. A little pooch kick to start the second half. Fielded off of one bounce at the 25-yard line, and they're going to get nice field position on that short kick as Draven Pipkin fielded it and took it back to the 42-yard line. Obviously, Pipkin knows how to run with the football in the open field. The starting running back for the Broncos. Not a bad guy to end up with the football on a short kick. So short field with a 4-touchdown lead. The Broncos offense back onto the field. Offensive line has been excellent again tonight. Those 5 guys up front: Denver Gardner, Clay Fleming, Carson Steer, Tanner Thompson, and Aiden Palmer. They're putting together a stretch of football here over the last 8 quarters that has been very, very good football by those guys up front. It's Daniel Mitchell on a jet sweep on first down. He had a 34-yard touchdown run on a play on a jet sweep last week. This time won't go to the house with it, but a solid first down run of 9 yards. I love 9-yard first down plays. That gives you the whole playbook here for Nick Madeline, the offensive coordinator. Maybe a chance to take a shot right here, but haven't needed to tonight. They've been efficient without having to put the ball in any kind of harm's way. They keep it on the ground with Pipkin, and Draven is all the way down to the 40 before he's even touched. He had 9 yards before a hand was put on him. Eventually, Amarion Graves and Carter Wiley make the tackle at the 38-yard line. That's an 11-yard run by Pipkin. And that was some easy scooting right there for Draven. As those guys up front again, those offensive linemen that I told you about, they are opening up some big-time holes right now for their running back. After just 2 plays, the Broncos already at the 38 of Bonner Springs. And this time, Pankey on the pole. He keeps it down to the 24. Another 14-yard run there. Brandon Sanders making the tackle, but that is 3 big plays to start the second half. 9, 11, and 14. And just like that, you're 34 yards down the field and knocking on the door of the red zone again at the 24-yard line. All on the ground with 3 different ball carriers. Mitchell went for 9, Pipkin for 11, and now Pankey for 14. First down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Just about 2 minutes into this opening drive of the second half. Spring Hill on top, 28-0. Quick throw out to Knowlton, and he dropped that one. J.D. Andruski was right on him as soon as it touched his hands. I don't know that Zach was going to be able to Houdini his way out of that stop by Andruski, so the drop goes for naught, as it actually might have been better off. They might have lost a yard if he'd have caught that pass. Only the second incomplete pass tonight from Pankey. He was 9 of 10 in the first half. Very efficient first half of football by this offense as a whole, but they haven't had to throw the ball more than about 2 yards down the field. A lot of those quick passes out into the flats, taking advantage of their speed on the outside. They go back onto the ground here, and Draven Pipkin works to the 20 for 4. Jeremiah Ledbetter and Peyton Parks on the tackle. They'll mark it at the 21-yard line, so it's a 3-yard run by Pipkin. It's only the 3rd time in his 12 carries he's been held for less than 5 yards. And I'll tell you, the kind of night that Pipkin's had is he's up to 78 yards on 12 carries. Coming off of a 13-carry, 117-yard, 3-touchdown night last week. Here's a 3rd down and 6. Pankey wants to throw. Didn't have anywhere to go with it. Now he'll try to tuck and run, but won't make it. Cut down by Graves on the far sideline, and they'll mark it back at the line of scrimmage. So no gain, but it brings up 4th down. And the offense will stay on the field from this distance.
4th and 7 for the Broncos. The Braves, 21.
On the year, Spring Hill, 2 out of 7 on 4th down conversion attempts. This one won't be easy, 4th down and 7, but you're in that no man's land. Too far for a field goal. Clearly too close to punt, so no choice but to keep the offense out there and try to convert. See if they go hard count, maybe to try to draw an easy 5. Straight snap, back to Pankey. Fires to the end zone. A contested ball in the end zone and fighting for it still. I think he caught it. What's the call? Still no call. Crotchet saying touchdown, but the officials are talking about it. Touchdown, Cameron Crotchet. It took a bit, a delayed celebration, but it's a 21-yard touchdown for Cameron Crotchet. First touchdown grab of the year for Crotchet. Well, that was a heck of a catch by Crotchet with a defender right there, but he just muscled it away from him. The officials weren't sure. Crotchet was pretty sure of himself that he caught it. And now Bonner Springs coaching staff, they are trying to debate what was called a touchdown with the officials here. I'm not sure they're going to make any progress in getting this call changed, but they're at least wanting to hear from the officials what they saw, but granted they're not talking to the officials that saw the play anyway, so. But the head referee over there explaining to the coaching staff, David Blazovic, and they're going to, as expected, keep the call of the field to stand. Touchdown for Cameron Crotchet. 21-yard strike from Pankey. And now Mitchell on for the extra point as the Broncos add to their lead, but they fail to get the extra point as it goes off the left upright. It's a touchdown to open the second half, and Spring Hill leads Bonner Springs 34-0 with 8:20 to go in the third on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Or call 9. Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe. Or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
8:20 to play in the third quarter. An opening drive touchdown to start the second half for Spring Hill. Cameron Crotchet on the end of a 21-yard pass from Fletcher Pankey. And it's 34-0 Spring Hill. Harvey and Androwski, the deep men for Bonner Springs, as Jackson Rainforth has it teed up at the 40 and gives it a boot. High end over end kick, bounces at about the 16. Harvey takes it off of one bounce, but won't have much room to roam after it. Taken down right away by the man who made that catch for the touchdown. Cameron Crotchet makes the tackle. The first touchdown of the year from Crotchet, first of Crotchet's career. Last year he caught 6 passes for 71 yards as a sophomore, and he has stepped into a bigger role this year. And coming into this game, he was second on the team with 5 grabs for 96 yards, and his first catch tonight went for 21 and a touchdown. So new quarterback in there now for Bonner Springs as we start this second half first, or the start of the first second half possession for Bonner Springs. Colin Rooney cuts down Graves, tripping him up after a short run of just 1 yard. The new quarterback is Danon Whetstone. Didn't see him at all in the first half.
2nd and 8 for the Braves at their own 25.
Bonner Springs has not had the guy that was listed as their starting quarterback coming in tonight, Jay Smith, at all. Jaden Robinson, their starting running back, was injured and has not returned since after the second play from scrimmage. As Graves takes another handoff, but once again has a tough time finding any room. It's run down and tackled along the far sideline by Colin Rooney and Brady Larson. No, maybe a yard or two there for Graves. Makes it 3rd down and 7. Over their last 5 on 3rd down. Converted 4 of 5 third downs on their opening drive. They have not converted one since. Low snap. Whetstone takes a shot for Harvey and overthrows him. Coverage on the play by Cody Powell, who had an interception earlier in the game. So another failed third down, and it will bring the punt team back onto the field. Mason Sprague, the punter, is back on with 6:48 left in quarter number 3. Zach Dalton, a dangerous return man, back deep for Spring Hill. Already had a big return tonight. Broncos have blocked a punt tonight as well. And here's a delay of game. So not that it makes a difference on the decision. Now it's 4th and 12. And obviously the punt situation won't change as Sprague kicks a wobbler to the near sideline. Bounces at the 45. Mitchell staying away from this one. And Druski, make that Alex Amayo will put it down at the 38-yard line. So another stop by the Spring Hill defense. And the offense, which has been clicking for the second straight week, will take the field with a 34-point lead. Open up the second half with a touchdown drive. Only had to go 58 yards for that touchdown. And this time they'll need to go 62 yards to find pay dirt as Fletcher Pankey brings the troops back out of the field. Pipkin, the running back behind him. He's been busy and effective again tonight, and he'll start this drive, but runs right into one of those big defensive linemen. Jaden Flores, a 6'4", 350-pound sophomore defensive tackle, met Pipkin in the hole and shut that down quick.
Second and 10 for the Broncos at their own 38.
No gain brings up second down and 10. Knowlton is slot left. He's got 7 catches tonight. But they'll stay on the ground. Pipkin this time has room to run, and he is through the first, second, and now third levels. A flag comes in, though. Pipkin is off to the races down the sideline and out inside the 10. But there's a penalty flag all the way back at the Spring Hill 43-yard line. And the initial signal I saw was a block at the back against Spring Hill. So it is a block at the back against Spring Hill. And that wipes out a huge run by Draven Pipkin. So from the 34-yard line, they'll reset on offense here for a second down and long. It'll be second and 14. Knowlton on the inside of that trips to the right side. Top target for Pankey. Fakes it that way. Wants to go on the double move to Mitchell, but Daniel Mitchell was covered up by J.D. Andruski, and it falls incomplete to bring up third and long. Broncos haven't been that good on third down tonight. They're just 1 out of 4, but they haven't needed many third downs either. They've been pretty good about converting on first and second downs. Let's see if they can get this one, though. 3rd and 14. Midway through this third quarter. Pankey steps up, throws too high and out of the reach of Cameron Crotchet. And the punt team coming on for the Broncos for the second time only tonight. Keen Niddle hit a good one last time, and he will be asked to do the job again here. So a costly block at the back, penalty against Spring Hill, wiped out what was going to be about a 50-yard run by Draven Pipkin that would have had him knocking on the door of the goal line again. But instead, they'll punt it away for the second time tonight. Bonner Springs brought some pressure. High punt, not a very deep punt by Niddle. And it bounces out of bounds at the Spring Hill 48-yard line, so just a 14-yard punt. And the Bonner Springs offense will get it back with really their first, I don't know if we can call it a threat since they haven't actually snapped the ball offensively, but it's been a long time since they've been on the plus side of midfield. This defense from Spring Hill, after allowing a 15-play opening drive to start the game for Bonner Springs, they have given them nothing since. And despite that 15-play drive to open the game, it didn't cost them any points because the Braves missed the field goal at the tail end of that drive. But here they go to start this possession now in Bronco territory. Another new quarterback in there for Bonner Springs as they hand off to Amarion Grays for nothing there. Brendan Graham is now the quarterback. A 2-yard loss on the stop there by Adam Atwell. Brings it back to midfield. So we have seen 4 different guys take snaps in the quarterback position tonight for Bonner Springs. Bryce Wint started the game there. Last possession, it was Danon Whetstone. This possession is Brendan Graham. And we've seen J.D. Andruski, one of their starting wide receivers, play the position and take a few snaps as well. Timeout Bonner Springs with 4:48 left in this third quarter. Braves use their first second half timeout, trailing 34-0 in this one. Bonners was shut out week 1 by Paola, 63-0. And then week 2 at Shawnee Heights, that was an interesting one. It ended up in a loss, but how they got to that loss was certainly intriguing. Bonner led late in that game. The Braves had a 15-14 lead with under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter with the ball, only needing a first down to bleed out the rest of the clock. But they scored a touchdown instead with 1:24 to go. The irony being, had they just gone down to the 1-yard line, they could have just kneeled and let the rest of the game run out. But they scored the touchdown. It put them up 22-14, and then Shawnee Heights returned the ensuing kickoff, 97 yards for a touchdown, added the 2-point try to tie the game and won it in overtime. So that was a tough loss week 2 for the Braves, as this goes nowhere, and a stop made in the backfield by Gardner, or Powell, rather. Nope, that was Gardner. All right. Denver Gardner making the tackle on that run by Jeremiah Ledbetter. And again, it goes for negative yards. They lose 2 more there. And it brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 14. So after that tough loss week 2, then Bonner Springs last week dropped their game at Atchison 42-23. 0-3 and now staring down at 0-4. Bad snap, ball loose, and it's fallen on by Graham back at the 38-yard line. But they lose another 11 yards. And if they had any thoughts about going for it maybe on a 4th down, that's wiped out after that 11-yard loss, which makes it 4th down and 25. So Sprague back into punt. Knowlton didn't get a chance to return the last one. Sprague kept it away from him, angling it towards the near sideline. This one angled the opposite way, but Zach's going to have a chance. He fields it at the 27-yard line. Right at the shoot he goes, back to the 45. Andruski makes the tackle, but another solid return. About 18 yards on that return by Knowlton. So they'll start at the 45. 3:14 left to play here in the third quarter.
Ball spotted at Spring Hill, 45. First and 10 Broncos.
A penalty doomed the last drive for Spring Hill. And they ended up having to punt for just the second time tonight. Skoma in as a fullback here on first down and 10. Pipkin running it behind him. Now cuts it back. Big run for Draven Pipkin. Deep into the secondary. Inside the 30-yard line. And taken out of bounds around the 25. But another big run there. Tony Fortin eventually runs him out. Oh, and another penalty. Another penalty against Spring Hill. Wipes out a big run. So 2 possessions in a row that Pipkin has busted out a big run against his Bonner Springs defense, only to have it wiped away by penalty both times. They take this one all the way back to the 28-yard line, which results in a 17-yard penalty based on the spot of that foul, which happened behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know that they got the spot quite right anyway, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not sure how the hold could have happened that deep in the backfield on a running play, and I think that's what Spring Hill's trying to decide here too. Jason Feeback is, I think, wondering the exact same thing. The umpire came and marked it off from where the flag landed, where the official threw it, but I don't know that it was a pinpoint toss of the flag. That so Jason Feeback gets the explanation. Didn't really react like he agreed with it, but what are you going to do? So first and 27 at the 28-yard line. Under 3 to go in the third. Handoff up the middle to Pipkin. He's corralled that time before he can break it loose. Ledbetter making the stop at the 33-yard line. 5-yard run by Draven Pipkin.
Second and 22 for the Broncos at their own 33.
Second down, 22 yards to go now. Pankey to throw, got it away, but it falls short of the target, Daniel Mitchell. So incomplete with just under 2 minutes to play here in the third.
Defending on the play, number 8, Brandon Andrew. Third and 22 for the Broncos, their own 33.
Well, let's see what the Broncos go with here on 3rd and 22. Their biggest plays they've had have not been from necessarily throwing the ball down the field. It's been getting the ball out into space with their playmakers, Knowlton being one of those. They'll run it on a counter look to Draven Pipkin. And Pipkin with a strong run here as he finishes off that run with getting an extra 4 or 5 yards. It's about 14 yards before Parks finally makes the stop at the 47-yard line. They'll still be well short of a first down, even after the 14-yard run. It's still 4th down and 8, so Keene Niddle will bring his punt team back onto the field. Cortland Hervey goes back deep for Bonner Springs. Now Pipkin, a late addition to the punt team, runs out of the field. As the personal protector, there is movement on the left side. The defense, it looked like, I think they're going to call this on Bonner Springs. It's a neutral zone infraction against Bonner Springs. So now the Broncos, will they go for it? Now you got 4th down and 3. For the time being, at least, the punt team is staying out there. And it looks like they will. So Niddle gives it a boot, high kick. And it takes one Spring Hill bounce, then starts to check up, so it's down at the 25-yard line by Hayden Hoover. And with 54 seconds left in the third quarter, Bonner Springs comes back onto the field. Let's see who's at quarterback this time. The last 3 possessions have had 3 different quarterbacks for Bonner Springs. Bryce Went to end the first half. Danon Whetstone to start the second half. And Brendan Graham on the last possession. And I think we've got another one. Caleb Farmer is coming out to quarterback this drive. So it's the 4th different quarterback in the last 4 drives for Bonner Springs. Peyton Parks stands next to him out of the shotgun. And it's Parks who gets the handoff. Parks eases forward to the 29 for 4 yards. Chase Wilm on the tackle for the Broncos. Second down, 6 yards to go. Graves was stood up by Atwell and then getting tackled down at the 30. A 1-yard run brings up 3rd down and 5. 4 out of 11 on 3rd down, and that will end the third quarters. We'll have a 3rd down to start the 4th with Spring Hill leading Bonner Springs 34-0 on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you a conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Welcome back to Spring Hill District Stadium as we start quarter number 4 here tonight in a 34-0 Spring Hill lead on top of Bonner Springs. And on a 3rd down, Amarion Graves gets the carry. Chase Wilms shuts it down after just 2. So it brings up a 4th down and 3 yards to go. The offense, I would guess, is staying out there. Well, it's not. Here comes Mason Sprague. So interesting. 4th down and 3 on their own 32, albeit, but down 34-0 to start the 4th quarter, and they've got the punt team on the field. Perhaps a fake to look out for here, and nope, they're going to kick it away. Takes a Bonner Springs bounce. It'll die at the 38-yard line. So Spring Hill's offense back to work, up 34-zip. 11 minutes left in this ball game. Looks like the starting unit going to take the field again for Spring Hill. Get one more drive out of them here probably, and then you'll see the reserves start trickling in for the Broncos, I would imagine. Chance to end with one more scoring drive. It's been a solid night for him, but the last 2 possessions have ended in punts, both of which looked like they were going to be down into the red zone, but both times that Draven Pipkin ripped off a big run, it was called back on a hold, or on a block at the back. And now Spring Hill has to take a timeout as they weren't able to get the right personnel on the field for that first down play. So they'll take their first timeout. And rehuddle and drop another one. So it looks like they were maybe missing an offensive lineman. Or they're changing out to a new offensive lineman. Brandon Sealing is out of the field now, and Sealing has come on for Denver Gardner. Gardner might have an equipment issue there. I can see Gardner standing down here on the sideline, and they're looking like they're scrambling through the equipment box, maybe fix a helmet issue. So that was part of the problem why they didn't have the right personnel on the field. So here we go, 1st down and 10. This is Matthew Skoma, his first carry of the night. Nice run by Matthew out to the 45-yard line. A 7-yard first down run by Skoma. Second down and 3. This is Skoma again. He's got the first down. Sanders takes him down to the 48-yard line. Back-to-back 7-yard runs by Skoma. As the Broncos take it into Bonner Springs territory. Ten minutes and counting to play in this 4th quarter. It's been 7 straight quarters of shutout football by this Spring Hill defense. And the offense with 5 scoring drives tonight. Trying to finish it off with a 6th. Skoma on a 3rd straight carry. Picks his way down to the 44-yard line for another 4 yards. Peyton Parks and Jeremiah Ledbetter along with Caballero and Flores combined for that stop. So 3 straight carries for the senior Matthew Skoma. And 9 carries for 31 yards last week against Ottawa. And he's going to get the work here in quarter number 4 tonight. Make it a 4th straight carry for Skoma. This one held to just a yard. Caballero, the second team All-Frontier League defensive lineman from last year, making the stop. So limiting Skoma to a yard there, brings up 3rd down and 5. Bonner Springs coming into this game allowing opponents to convert third downs at a 60% rate. They've been good tonight. Spring Hill just 1 out of 6, but hasn't affected the overall results tonight. See if the Broncos can keep the chains moving this time. Pipkin comes back in to get the handle on 3rd and 5. Bouncing off of tacklers and working his way inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, and I think it's going to be enough. It is. That's a first down run for Draven Pipkin, a hard-earned 5 yards there by Pipkin, who eclipses the century mark on that carry. 16 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown tonight. Second straight 100-yard game for Draven Pipkin, the sophomore running back. Went for $117 last week on 13 carries and a season-high 16 carries tonight for Pipkin. Averaging 6.4 yards per carry tonight. Came in averaging 7.1, so he has been excellent out of the backfield for the Broncos. Nothing there for Pankey. He is wrapped up and brought down to the backfield by Cameron Owens. Or not in the backfield, I guess. He did get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gained a half yard. They'll call it second down and 10 with 7.5 to play in this fourth quarter. Clock ticking. Spring Hill trying to put together one final scoring drive and then let the defense go out there and try to finish off a second straight shutout. Mitchell goes in motion and gets the handoff from Pankey. Able to turn it up and burst down to the 29-yard line, 1 yard short of a first down. Brandon Sanders along with Cortland Hervey making the stop. The 9-yard run by Mitchell makes this a 3rd down and 1. So Pipkin once again comes in. He's handled it a season-high 16 times tonight. And he'll get it a 17th time. Good push by the offensive line. They move that line of scrimmage 3 yards down the field, making that conversion an easy one for Pipkin. And then he rips off a couple handfuls more all the way down to the 14-yard line. A 15-yard run by Pipkin. So Draven has matched his total from last week with another 117-yard night. This one takes it down to the 14-yard line. And a first down into the red zone go the Broncos again. 4 times they have scored touchdowns on 5 trips into the red zone tonight. This is their 6th time down inside the 20. With 6:23 left to play in the ball game. Pankey pulls and keeps inside the 5, and Fletcher Pankey, minus a little grab of the jersey late, goes in nearly untouched for his 3rd touchdown run of the night. The 14-yard score for Pankey gives him a team-leading 7 rushing touchdowns this year. And puts the Broncos on top 40-0 with a John Mitchell extra point pending.
Number 1, John Mitchell.
4 out of 5 tonight on his extra points. Make it 5 out of 6 and make it 41-0 Broncos with 6:16 left in the fourth quarter on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
6:16 to play in the fourth quarter, a 41-0 Spring Hill lead. Coming off of a 48-0 win last week, now leading 41-0, and the defense going to try to finish off a second straight shutout. Long touchdown drive there by the Broncos, capped off on a 14-yard run by Fletcher Pankey, his third rushing touchdown of the night. He's also scored from 19 and 1. Rainforth's kick will sail into the end zone and out. Did that ball bounce up through the uprights? I think it did. I think that ball bounced in the end zone and bounced up through the uprights. Only a soccer guy can do that. Of course, as is Jackson Rainforth. They've got their three soccer guys on the team, Rainforth, Mitchell, and Niddle, who do their special teams work. Rainforth is their kickoff specialist. Mitchell is their place kicker, and Niddle the punter. And that ball on a kickoff bounced through the uprights. (41-0) Spring Hill, 6:16 to go. And now it looks like it's back to Danon Whetstone at quarterback for Bonner Springs. He'll hand off Amarion Graves, nothing doing. Atwell and Rooney take Graves down to the backfield for a loss of 2. Well, after Bonner went down the field, they have netted negative yardage since that opening drive, and they have just 48 yards of offense for the game compared to 368 for Spring Hill. It has been a dominant defensive performance tonight. Ledbetter lost the football. It looks like Bonner Springs was able to get back on top of it. It's recovered by Caballero, their all-league right tackle at the 14-yard line, but they lose another 4 yards. So 3rd down and 16 now. Botched snap. Whetstone falls on top of it back at the 11 as they go backwards another 3 yards. And now on 4th down and 19, Mason Sprague will come back out to punt. Zach Knowlton retreats back to around the 43-yard line for Spring Hill. High snap. Sprague gets it away. Knowlton fields it on the run at the 35-yard line. Whole head of steam coming back the other way. Inside the 20, race to the corner. Knowlton dives, and he's out of bounds at the 2. So a 33-yard return back to the 2-yard line. Knowlton just narrowly missed a special teams touchdown. But it'll give the offense a chance for nearly the shortest drive you could have, as they need 2 yards as they take the field with 4:08 left in the ball game. And I imagine you're going to see a bunch of the second team guys take the field here for the Bronco offense. So let's see who gets first crack at adding another touchdown. Luke Metcalf takes over as the quarterback. And he fakes the handoff to Brandon Richardson. Metcalf keeps it himself, and he is taken down for a 3-yard loss by Nicholas Fortin. The mark at the 12, make it a, or to make it at the mark at the 7 rather, make it a 5-yard loss for Metcalf. Richardson's the running back. Metcalf the quarterback. On a 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line. High snap, and that throws off the timing of that play as a flag is thrown. Metcalf does a good job making something out of nothing. And they call an illegal motion against Spring Hill. So that will cost them 5. I think they were wanting to get the ball to Austin Rivers on a jet sweep right there, but the high snap threw the timing off. As it is, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, apparently, with the illegal motion. So from the 12-yard line now, it's 2nd down and goal.
After the penalty, it'll be 3rd and goal for the Broncos at the 12-yard line.
It should be 2nd down. Yep, then they got it changed over on the far sideline. The Sticks had 3rd, but because of the penalty, they'll replay the down. So 2nd down and goal at 12. This time Metcalf looking to throw. Catch is made at the 2-yard line on a nice dive, coming back to the football to make the catches. 88, as we again get the old dreaded nobody on the program with number 88. It was a nice catch, but we aren't able to tell you who. Got 10 yards, and it sets them up 3rd down and goal now at the 2. Motion will cost them 5. So push it back to the 7. Let's try it again. Metcalf hands off Richardson. And he is taken down at the 5-yard line. Marquise Williams and Riley Jackson making the tackle. So the 2 yards for Richardson. Brings up 4th down and goal now for the 5-yard line. Richardson still the back with Metcalf at quarterback. Handoff Richardson. Can he get there to the corner? Cuts it back, and he is taken down, but a flag comes in. A couple of flags. A 3-yard run to the 2-yard line. If this is on the Broncos, it'll be declined, and that will be a turnover on downs, and that is the call. So a 2-yard run by, or a 3-yard run by Richardson down to the 2, but a turnover on downs. And Bonner Springs will take over at their own 2-yard line with 1:28 left in the 4th quarter. This is a dangerous spot for Bonner Springs as they have been going backwards the last couple of times they've had the ball. They've had some trouble with the snap.
Bonner Springs takes over on downs. 1st and 10 at their own 2.
So 1:28 away from a second consecutive shutout for Spring Hill. Whetstone again at quarterback. Parks and Graves in the backfield with him. Good snap. Handoff to Parks. Met at the 1 and stopped there. Andrew Campbell, Gara Bauer team up for that tackle, and it's a 1-yard loss. So second down, 11 now from their own 1-yard line as the clock goes underneath a minute left to play in the fourth quarter. Parks again, able to get it out of the end zone. Gara Bauer on the tackle. And as a yard gain by Parks, back to the 2 where it's third down and 10.
On the tackle, number 40, Gara Bauer. Third and 10 for the Braves at their own 2.
From the 2 on third and 10, Parks again. This time he's got a little space, but he's cut down around the 7-yard line. Nice tackle made there. Carter Mead with help from Austin Rivers. And they make the stop at the 6 for a 4-yard Parks run, and that will do it. So back-to-back shutouts pitched by this Spring Hill defense as they shut out Ottawa 48-0 last week, and they shut out Bonner Springs tonight 41-0. And they get back to 500 at 2-2 and drop Bonner Springs to 0-4 for the first time since 2010. We'll wrap things up for you coming up on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. All Broncos tonight, 41-0 the final here in Spring Hill.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show tonight, brought to you by Kansas City's premier auto collision and repair, premier collision repair center, where they work with all insurance companies to get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. All Broncos tonight. Spring Hill wins this one over Bonner Springs 41-0, the final, as they gave up a long drive to open the game for Bonner Springs. But after that, a 15-play drive that ended with a missed field goal attempt by Bonner Springs. After that, it was nothing for the offense for Bonner Springs. They actually netted negative yardage after that the rest of the way, and Spring Hill piled up 378 yards and 41 points to end this one in shutout fashion for the second straight week. 41-0 the final. Spring Hill with touchdown run by Zach Knowlton in the first quarter. A pair of touchdown runs from Fletcher Pankey in the second quarter, and a touchdown as well from Draven Pipkin in that second quarter to give the Broncos a 28-0 halftime lead. They would add a third quarter touchdown on a pass from Fletcher Pankey to Cameron Crotchett to make it 34-0. And then in the fourth, Fletcher Pankey capped off the scoring with a 14-yard touchdown run with about 6 minutes to play in the ball game to make it 41-0. And that held up as the final. So the Broncos now 2-2. Bonner Springs dropping to 0-4 with the loss. More of the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show comes your way next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show as we look at the final numbers tonight in what's a 41-0 Spring Hill victory. Let's start with our Seats Incorporated. Great job of the game going to, well, you could basically give it to anybody tonight as it was a great game all around, but we're going to go with junior quarterback Fletcher Pankey tonight, who did it with both his arms and his legs. 10 of 15 through the air for 120 yards and a touchdown. 13 carries for 89 yards and 3 more touchdowns as he ran that read option to perfection tonight, which also helped Draven Pipkin go for $117. Great job of the game going to Fletcher Pankey tonight. If you're looking for a great job, then check out Seats Incorporated in Spring Hill. Seats is a leader in the manufacturing of quality seating and accessories for vehicles with competitive wages and benefits. To see great job openings or to apply, go to SeatsInc.com. Let's run down those numbers for you as Spring Hill piled up 378 yards of offense tonight, holding Bonner Springs to just 45. Broncos running for 248 and get 130 through the air. Bonner Springs with just 17 yards on the ground. They averaged 0.4 yards per carry while throwing for 28 yards tonight in the shutout loss. Bryce went 2 out of 6, 28 yards and a pick. That was Cody Powell who had the interception for Spring Hill. The leading receiver, the only guy who caught a pass, J.D. Andruski, 2 catches for 28 yards. On the ground, Peyton Parks, 13 carries for 13 yards. Amarion Graves, 11 carries for 14 yards. Jaden Robinson, 2 for 3. Bryce Wint, 5 for 1. And J.D. Andruski, 3 for 6. Jeremiah Ledbetter, 3 for a loss of 9. And Brendan Graham's 1 carry went for a loss of 11. Spring Hill, big numbers offensively all around. Fletcher Pankey, 10 of 15 through the air, 120 yards and a touchdown. Luke Metcalf completed his lone pass attempt. It went for 10 yards. On the ground, Fletcher Pankey, 13 carries, 89 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's got 7 on the year through 4 games. Draven Pipkin, 17 carries. That's a season high. Matches his season high with 117 yards, and he finds the end zone for the 6th time this year. Zach Knowlton, 1 carry. It went for 5 and a touchdown, his 2nd on the ground this season. Daniel Mitchell, 2 carries for 18 yards. Matthew Skoma, 4 for 19. Zach Knowlton had 7 catches for 78 yards tonight. It all happened in the first half. Didn't catch a pass in the second half. Those went to some other guys. Cameron Crotchett hauled in a 21-yard touchdown, his first of the season. Carter Mead with 2 grabs for 21 yards. And old number 88, who is not on the program, he was not on the roster, but he caught the 1 for 10 from Luke Metcalf there late in the 4th quarter. Those are your final numbers in a 41-0 Spring Hill victory tonight over Bonner Springs. We'll wrap things up next on the Shoemaker Collision at Paint Center post-game show.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup. Locally owned and operated and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Welcome back to the Shoemaker Collision at Paint Center post-game show tonight from Spring Hill, where it was all Broncos, 41-0 the final score tonight. Spring Hill with the victory over the Bonner Springs Braves, dropping Bonner to 0-4, and Spring Hill gets back to the 500 mark after their 0-2 start. Both games they lost were by a single possession, and they have bounced back in a big way as they have won the last 2 weeks by a combined total of 89-0. 48-0 last week over Ottawa, 41-0 tonight over Bonner Springs. And next week, it's a visit to DeSoto, who came into play tonight at 2-1. Their next 3 opponents all entered play tonight at 2-1. DeSoto, then Tonganoxie, and then Piper. So a tough 3-game stretch coming up for the Broncos, but they certainly got themselves some momentum now after back-to-back shutout victories. That game next Friday night, kickoff 7 o'clock here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Also next week, Tuesday, volleyball match for you coming up on Tuesday night as they play Tonganoxie on the road. That's your upcoming schedule here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Thanks for joining us tonight as the Broncos win it in blowout fashion, 41-0. Spring Hill defeats Bonner Springs. For Caden Carbajo, I'm Bryce Kessler. Again, thanks for joining us tonight. You've been watching Spring Hill High School football on Spring Hill Sports Live, and this has been the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center postgame show.
You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency, Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source. Thanks for watching.